Welcome back to Gear Daddy. I'm your host, Daddy Troy, and in this episode, I will be listing the top 10 things to look for when you're buying your kid's first camera. Kids as young as 3 years old can actually start using a digital camera. Today I have two models, one by Fisher-Price and one by VTech, that are specifically designed for that age range. Now realize they have about as many bells and whistles as the adult cameras do, so it's worth knowing 10 things to look for when you go to buy one. Now the top 10 really isn't a top 10 today, it is merely 10 things to look for when you actually buy one of these cameras. Since it is your kid's first camera, realize that durability is really, really important. The kids are going to be carrying around with them everywhere. They're going to drop it on the concrete, and these cameras, like babies, actually bounce. They're very soft. On the outside, kind of soft rubber-like material. They're really sturdy, all one piece, no moving parts to go in and out and things like that. So durability, number one thing when you're buying your kid's first camera. The size of the screen on the back is really, really important for an early photographer. He or she has some near misses, some successes, and it's really important for him or her to be able to evaluate what pictures they've just taken. It turns out that kids don't use the screen as much as they do the actual viewfinder to take pictures. So look for cameras that have two eyes rather than one. And there are two types of memory in these cameras. There's internal memory and there's also external memory, like an SD card that you put in. First thing you want to do is check internal memory in case you don't have an SD card for the camera. Internal memory ranges 8 megabytes, 16 megabytes. The more you have, the more pictures the kid will take, and I promise you they're going to fill up the camera pretty quickly. How accessible or inaccessible is the USB port? Some cameras have this little spring-loaded device that allows you access but keeps the kid from actually getting in there with their little fingers. Some cameras actually require you to take off the back, which is a total pain. Some of them actually have extra things like games on them, which may not be the best thing. I think from a dad's perspective, who's a photographer, I kind of want my kid to actually be out there taking pictures. But for your family, maybe it works. Some cameras have a port where you can plug the camera right into your TV for instant gratification. The interface is pretty important. Now remember, a 3-year-old's using this thing and he or she has never used a camera before, so they're not familiar with things like reviewing pictures or deleting pictures. But the interface on the back, Fisher-Price, has really just 4 basic buttons. You'll see the VTech right here has a few extra buttons, but again, kids pick these up pretty quickly. If you don't have the instant off function, you're gonna waste a lot of batteries. Okay, so that's 10 things to look for when you're buying your first camera. This is a camera by VTech, it's about 30 bucks. This camera's by Fisher-Price, it's about 50. One last thing. I was really surprised at how much I started loving the pictures my son was taking. In fact, he's taken one of my favorite pictures of all time of my daughter, who's now 2, my son's 5. So there's a huge value add just beyond the toy value of things. You're teaching your kid to be creative. You can organize family events around using the camera, like a photo safari, or the best thing, you get great pictures of your family. We'll see you next week on Gear Daddy.